Dear students, I welcome you video session Building Planning and Drawing third semester Civil Engineering 15C 35D Unit number 1 Introduction. In the introduction we are going to cover the building bylaws. Here the building bylaws includes the working plan. So working plan we are going to discuss now. So what do you mean by the working plan? So working plans are the plans which are kept at the site. So during the construction work of any building which are most helpful or which are to be used for our construction of the buildings. So that means the working plan shall include the following details in the drawing. So that is the foundation plans, plans of the different floors, roof plans and longitudinal and sectional details, architectural elevations and reinforcement and structural details. So let us discuss one by one. So the foundation plans, as you know, the foundation is utmost important structure, that is the below the ground which you are going to construct the foundation, that is the substructure. You can say the substructure must be hard enough to resist the loads which is coming from the superstructure. So that means the foundation plans must be provided in the working plan. So for the engineer who is in charge for the construction work will need to refer the working plans. The foundation plans will show the details about the foundations. So that means the dimensions of the foundations and the details of the foundations and the column position, the different positions of the columns which includes in the foundation plan, and the plans of the different floors. So as you know, in the multi-storied structures, so we'll have the number of floors. The number of floors is having a plans, so that the plans of the different floors which also includes in the working plan. The plan of the different floors shows clearly mentioned them. They have to mention clearly whether this plan belongs to the first floor or second floor or third floor. So in the multi-storied buildings, the different floors plans are to be shown in the working plan. And roof plans, as you know, the roof is one of the component part of the building. So working plan shall also consider the details of the roof. That means, so thickness of the roof and the size of the roof will also include in the working plan. And another important things which include in the working plan, longitudinal and sectional details. So in the longitudinal section and sectional details, we will get the maximum details which are most useful for the execution of the engineer who is in charge of the construction work. In the sectional details, we are going to have, or we are going to get the details about the cross section of the walls. That means the thickness of the wall and the foundation thickness, that means the bed concrete thickness and the foundation total depth of the foundations, that is nothing but the different footings, first footing, second footing and third footing, and the thickness of the concrete, that is the bed concrete, and the materials, that is the the materials will also, the materials which are used for the foundation, which also includes in the sectional details. And we are going to get the type of the wall which is going to be constructed, whether it is a stone masonry or brick masonry. And after that, see, the height of the doors and windows will also include in the sectional details. And after that, we are going to have the thickness of the lintel or depth of the lintel which is going to be constructed or which is going to be executed during the construction work. And also it includes the sectional details, it includes the thickness of the roof slab and parapet wall height. So these are all the details which we are going to see, or which we are going to see in the sectional details. And architectural elevations. In the architectural elevations, as you know, the after completion of the building, it must have a good aesthetic view. So to achieve the good aesthetic view, we need to have some architectural drawings or some architectural elevations which are prepared by the experts in the architectural view, that is the architectural engineer can prepare the elevations of the architectural view. That means the working plan shall also include the architectural elevations. And finally, the reinforcement details of the structural elements. As you know, the building consists of the different components, that is the different RCC components, you can say. There is the beams, columns. These are all the different reinforcement components and structural elements of the buildings which shall include. So in the reinforcement details, we are going to have the numbers and diameter of the reinforcement. For example, lintel, you can check the lintel or the foundation details, and whereas the RCC roof slab, which also includes the reinforcement details. And this is the typical working plan. So this is one of the model working plan. So in which, as we discussed in the previous slides, the working plan also includes the different floor plans. So this is the one of the floor plan which is taken for the execution of the work. So here, which includes or which shows clearly the different rooms and size of the rooms and staircase locations, you can say, and the width of the staircase and the different building rooms which are shown in the working plan. And now let us discuss the grant of the license. So before constructing or before starting of the any construction work, we should and must get the permission of the license or permission of the building construction. So the authority may grant or refuse the license and shall be communicated to the applicant within the 30 days. So that means before executing of the building, we have to apply the permission for the construction work. So the municipality, corporation and the authorities, they may be municipality, corporation, authorities or any competent authority who is going to give the permission or grant of the license for the construction of the building, and it shall be communicated with the applicant within the 30 days. Here the authority may grant or refuse the license. So since if you are not providing the proper documents and proper details in the drawings, the license may be refused by the competent authority. And once we got the license, so then we can start the construction work. But the license giving authority, that is the granting of the license authority, shall impose some of the conditions during the construction work. So they may impose at least 2 trees shall be grown at site area for improving the environment of the area. As you know, the buildings constructed, after constructing the building, we have to grow the trees, at least two minimum 2 trees which has to be grown in front of our building or adjacent to our building area. And another authority may impose the condition, another condition, so instruct the owner or builder to take the necessary precautionary measures. So that means during the construction of the building work, which involves lot of the works, so there may be a highly risky construction works. In such, we will have to follow and we have to take the precautionary measures. The license giving authority, they may assist for taking the necessary precautionary measures. So precautionary measures are most important during the construction work to avoid any incident which is going to happen in the site work. So that means before constructing work or starting of the work or during the construction work, so there may be a laborious works which includes maybe the demolitions of the buildings. Already existing buildings may be demolished, and the dust with particles, and heavy machineries will also be used for the construction work. So during the usage of the machines, while using the building mechanical equipments, building machineries, we have to take the very much careful and necessary precautionary measures during the construction of the buildings. So let us discuss the revised plan. So what do you mean by revised plan? So once the authority giving the permission due to the modified plans, due to the permissible floor area, due to the increase of the permissible floor area, the plan may get revised. So that means a plan once sanctioned may be revised or modified by the authority due to the increase in the permissible floor area. So in the future, during the construction, so if the floor area increases, that means the permissible floor area, if it increases, the plan may get modified or the plan may get changed, and the same modified or revised plan should be sanctioned or should get the sanction from the competent authority, and the modified plan is sanctioned after the commencement of the work. So once the construction work is started, and by the way apply for the revised plan, and after commencement of the work or after starting of the work, after the commencement of the work, so revised plans or modified plans get sanctioned by the competent authority. Revised plans may include the different modified structural elements. So revised plans and after getting the permission or after sanctioning the revised plans, we have to construct the building according to our revised plans. And validity of the sanction. Once the building permission sanctioned, the following are the validity of the buildings from the date of the sanction. Here, once if you got the validity or permission, it remains valid for the 3 years for considering the residential building. That means for the residential buildings, the validity of the sanction remains same for the 3 years, and the same that is for the industrial and commercial buildings, the validity of the sanction it remains for the 4 years, that is for the 4-story buildings, and alteration in both the cases shall be 2 years from the date of the sanction. That means if you want to alter any or if you want to modify in any of the above 2 buildings, that is the residential buildings and industrial buildings, so we have to get the alteration in both the cases shall be having the 2 years from the date of the sanction. From the date of the sanction, the alteration in both the cases will be having the 2 years. And procedure after grant of the license. So once you get the license for the competent authority, so what is the procedure is to be followed during the construction of the work, and which includes the responsibility of the owner and commencement of work, inspection, documents at the site, displaying sanctioned plan and license at construction site. So that means once you got the license from the competent authority, the owner or the person who is in charge of the construction work should know his responsibilities and commencement of the work. So we have to start the work within the stipulated period, and the date of the commencement of the work which is given in the license. So according to that only we have to commence the work, and the work shall be completed well within the stipulated period. If due to any other factors, say due to the rainy seasons, in the rainy seasons the duration or completion period may get increased, and extension of the time that can be again obtained from the competent authority, but as far as possible try to complete the work within the stipulated period. And inspection. So this is one of the most important in the construction of the building. So inspection is a part of the building construction work. So here regular activities which are constructing in the buildings, which are going to be inspected by the competent authority or higher officers. So that means whether the work is commencing as per the norms and rules and regulations which are made by the competent authority, and whether the work is constructed or whether the work is constructing according to the plan, that is according to the sanction plan, you can say. If there is any modification, you have to follow the revised plan. So inspection part is one of the most important, because we have to achieve the quality in the construction work. So inspection, which includes the testing of the different component parts of the buildings, and there may be during at each and every stage we have to inspect the building to get the good quality of the building. And the documents at the site, as we discussed, so different documents are to be kept at the site at any time. So that means it includes the working plan, site plan and floor plans, and the testing sample reports. So before constructing the site, before constructing the any building structure at the site, we have to send the samples to the laboratory for getting the results. And so those are the documents, that is the sample tested reports, that is the quality reports, quality control reports shall be kept at the site, so which are to be produced if any higher officers inspection, during the inspection, if they ask the testing reports of the different, it may be, it includes the testing of the building components, it may include the testing of the soil or quality of the soil and the different aggregates, or it may be include the compressive strength of the concrete cubes or any other sand. If you take the sand as a material, the testing, the same sand material which you have sent to the laboratory, and the laboratory will provide for us to have a different results. So those laboratory results are to be kept, that is, you can say quality control results. Quality control results are testing of the results which are to be kept at the site, and displaying the sanctioned plan and license at the construction site. So here one more thing we have to display in the construction site of the sanctioned plan, which is going to be displayed in the site, so which includes the sanctioned plan. That means if any higher officers inspect during the inspection, they can see the sanctioned plan and they can check the work, whether the work is commencing according to the sanctioned plan. And occupancy certificate, and once the construction is finished, the occupancy certificate has to be got it from the competent authority, and all the high-rise buildings construction shall also subject to inspection by the fire service department officers. So during the construction of the work, we have to provide the safety precautionary measures to fight against the fire, if that is the fire hydrants, we can say, or fire fighting equipments which are to be installed, and whether the building is a fireproof building or whether the building, the fire service department's officers will also have to inspect, they will also going to inspect the buildings during the construction regarding the fire safety measures. That means the fire safety measures, whether they have taken the fire safety measures or not. If they have not taken the fire safety measures, they will insist to install the fire safety measures. And occupancy certificate shall be issued only after obtaining a clearance certificate from the Director of the Fire Services. That means the Director of the Fire Services will give the clearance which satisfying all the fire safety precautions after clearing the fire safety department. That means the fire service, the Director of the Fire Services will issue the completion certificate, he will issue the clearance certificate, and after getting the clearance certificate from the fire service department, that is the Director of the Fire Service Departments, the occupancy certificate will be issued to the owner. And the completion certificate, They shall submit the completion certificate and the executed plan immediately when work is completed. So once the work is completed, they have to submit the requisition to the competent authority to issue the completion certificate, and the format in the prescribed format, the date of the commencement, which includes the date of the commencement of the work and all the details. In the prescribed format, they shall submit the completion certificate plan when work is completed, and they shall fully comply with the requirements of the corporation in connection with the completion certificate within the stipulated time. That means there shall be requirements of the corporation in connection with the completion certificate. To issue the completion certificate, whether all the works has been completed or not, after inspecting only they are going to issue the completion certificate. Thank you to one and all.